start out with my apologies. The sessions, the criminal sessions open today, and in Guyana they block an entire, I think, 3 or 4 blocks of the street. So trying to travel from south to north Georgetown is difficult, and I was caught in that. So please forgive me. I see your colleague to your right is smiling. He perhaps remembers the days when he took this route and caused.
It's just I was thinking that it's a phenomenon that's decades old.
Well, I knew it was being open to me, so I apologize. I appear on behalf of Ms. Nicola Trotman, who was summoned to attend, forgive me, today. Ms. Trotman, I understand, does not wish to testify before the Commission. She was a deponent to an affidavit in legal proceedings leading up to one of several petitions, I believe, or actions relating to the elections. And it is her position that she would prefer not to testify.
Mr. Hughes, having indicated to us this, the affidavit and the proceedings that you mentioned, would she have any specific objection to just tender that affidavit before us without testimony?
Well, Your Honor, if the affidavit is tendered, I'm assuming it's going into the content of it.
Yes.
I was certainly not counsel in any of those matters, so I'm not aware of the content of it. Neither am I aware of well, there's an obvious legal purpose for filing it, but I couldn't say what the status of that is.
Okay.
And I would be embarrassed because I'm not sure when.
No, I appreciate it. That's fine.
No, I'm just saying, she had other counsel because I had nothing to do with any of those matters. And I would be cautious about saying, confirm your signature, put it in, but I'm not sure of the context in which it was drafted.
I understand.
That's it. Counsel to the Commission may want to show her the affidavit, and she could indicate ye or me whether that is the affidavit that she saw. That's a matter, as I said, but as you have said, and I will tell her, she's under no obligation to give evidence. She has a right to silence them. Yes?
Yes. Chairman and Commissioners, as I understand it, there is a protection to someone who doesn't wish to incriminate themselves. But once you have been summoned before an inquiry, once the questions do not have the potential of incriminating you or infringing upon your privilege against self-incrimination, I think you ought to answer those questions. That is my understanding of the legal position.
Thank you. Could the witness speak? Yes, Mr.
Sorry, my friend raised the issue of competence and compellability. It would mean that the Commission is proceeding to compel her to testify as a witness, because the Commissions are empowered with the same powers that are vested in a judge of the High Court. And that would be a different proceeding because, or a different approach, I believe, because in those circumstances, even if she were to receive the affidavit, look at it, that would be the commencement of testimony by her. Because if she were just to even confirm her signature, that would amount to testimony because it's in the
Well, not necessarily, because we will show her, for example, the summons that was served upon her and ask her if this is it. And she's testifying. Once she comes into the witness box and gives her name, address, and occupation, I indicate to her what the position is, being mindful that she's not a party to any criminal proceedings. But
So it is the Commission's position that it would like to proceed with
and she has to come into the box in response to the summons. I'm not saying she's going to be questioned. She can say, I do not wish to answer that question. I remain silent.
Well, thank you, Jan. I think it is now evident that the Commission does intend to proceed with her as a witness, even if she declines to respond. So I don't know if you'll allow me 30 30 seconds to advise her.
Certainly.
I won't be more than 30 seconds. Thank you.
So that you are, Mr. Yu,
Sorry.
so that you are better placed in this momentary advice that you are going to give, would you like to look at the affidavit? And that may better place you to give advice, because if it does not incriminate in any way, then the commission really expects your assistance as counsel. So the offer is made to you if you'd like to look at the affidavit.
I'm happy that the chancellor has not lost its craft. If I were to accept that the record would reflect the council received the affidavit, was afforded an opportunity to examine the affidavit, and thereafter proceeded to advise its client, which then becomes part of the record. So at this point, Your Honor, I
Mr.
appreciate the
Yu,
invitation.
really, when you came, your role here before us is as counsel
For a summoned witness, Your
for
Honor,
a summoned witness
with an obligation to, as an officer of the court,
of the tribunal.
of the tribunal.
Yes. So I believe you do bear some responsibility. We are here not witch hunting. We are not here to get at anybody. We are here to ascertain the truth in relation to our terms of reference. And if we can get your assistance, we would be grateful, putting it mildly.
And I thank you, Your Honor, for that observation. And none of those, well, not accusations, those comments made by Your Honor crossed my mind. But we have a defendant who is in civil proceedings which I'm not familiar with. And I am not sure, first of all, the content of that affidavit, but what happened in those proceedings or how her affidavit, or if she testified testimony, might have been used. But I do hear you, and I do accept that.
Yes.
No, I was just saying, I do accept as an officer of the commission, within that limited role, as counsel, sorry, as for for witness, within that limited role, yes, I do have a general obligation, professional obligation.
As you see fit.
So you
Thank
can
you.
proceed with you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes. Would Ms. Trotman come forward, please?
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Swear it in your right hand.
Use
Your right hand.
Yes, she has.
Oh,
Do you swear to speak the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
yes. Good morning.
Good morning.
Could you give us your full name, address, and occupation?
My name is Nicola Trotman. My address is 155 Dorobana Square, Namaha Gardens, and my occupation is a manager.
Ms. Trotman, you are here this morning in response to a summons served upon you.
Yes, I am.
And I take it you see the summons, you'll be able to recognize it.
Yes.
You should be showing the summons.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes.
As a person who has been summoned by the commission, we are duty bound to let you know that you have a right against self-incrimination. And that is to say, any question that may be posed to you that you feel incriminate you, in any way, you are not bound to respond. You have the right to silence, a right given to you under the Constitution. There's nothing in that.
Yeah.
Okay? Counsel for the commission may ask you questions, and again, it's the same thing would apply. If you feel that you're going to be incriminated, you can say, I do not wish to answer that. I reserve my right against that incrimination.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning.
Morning.
In March of 2020, were you a member of the APNU AFC coalition which participated in the tabulation process at Ashman's building?
On my advice as counsel, I will not answer that question.
And a member of your team was Ms. Balder Lawrence?
On the advice of counsel, I do not wish to answer that question.
Did you not have a telephone conversation with someone from GCOM around 11 o'clock whereby GCOM indicated they were ready to resume the tabulation process?
On the advice of counsel, I will not answer.
And did you and other members of the APNU AFC team not return at 11:20 to Ashman's building?
On the advice of counsel, I will not answer.
And you returned there for the purposes of recommencing the process of tabulation, correct?
On the advice of counsel, I will not answer.
But 15 minutes after you arrived at Ashman's building, you saw the returning officer for District 4, Mr. Clement Mingo, correct?
On the advice of counsel, I will not answer.
And at the time, Mr. Mingo appeared ill, and he then said to you and others that he had come to make a declaration of the results.
On the advice of counsel, I will not answer.
And you later swore to an affidavit in the proceedings involving Riaz Hollander, correct?
On the advice of counsel, I will not answer.
Did you swear to an affidavit in any other proceedings?
On the advice of counsel, I will not answer.
Are you aware that the Hollander matter is concluded before the courts?
On the advice of counsel, I will not answer.
Thank you. These are my questions for this witness.
You are not facing any form of criminal prosecution in the courts of Guyana.
Yes,
Yes.
Your Honor. Yes, I understand that, Your Honor.
Are you facing any criminal prosecution in the courts of Guyana?
Arising out of the elections.
Not that I know of, Your Honor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. You are relieved from attendance.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Hughes.
Thank you. May I take my leave?
Yes.
Thank you.
Madam Counsel.
Chairman, Commissioners, I think this brings us to the end of this particular session.
With the intention that we, all good intentions, to resume on Monday. Monday, the 6th of February,
Indeed.
and we make every effort to complete the hearings by the 10th of February.
Council to the commission, all of us will certainly do that.
So I understand that that week we should have the Honorable Attorney General and maybe some other government minister of government.
Yes, it is likely.
And if counsel for Ms. Myers wishes to cross-examine, and that too should take place that week. I mean, that should be made clear to you that must be done that week and no later than the 10th of February.
Well, I'm sure that the secretary will communicate
Yes.
the commission's intentions to council.
Once again, we want to express our thanks to you for your assistance in this session and the entire staff.
Much obliged.